You're 34. You just became governor of the state you were born and raised in. Are you thinking about your mom? Yeah, me too.
Emma McKee plays the lieutenant governor, making a big transition in her career in Ella McKay, one of few new holiday movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies, along with some new films directed by Paulo Sorrentino and Gus Van Sant. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Ella McKay, the latest entry from James L. Brooks, who has done better and can do better than this. Emma McKee plays the title character, a talkative lieutenant government who is up to take over her boss Albert Brooks' position during the Great Recession of 2008.
Any last-minute advice?
Don't take Ambien more than 3 nights in a row.
The movie's star-studded cast includes Woody Harrelson as her unfaithful father who comes back into her life, Jamie Lee Curtis as her aunt who is the only person she can talk to about her problems, and Marge Simpson herself, Julie Kavner, plays her secretary who also serves as the narrator.
I don't want to act as though you were just retiring today, when really you're being forced to leave because of multiple relationships with women who work there.
That is one legitimate point of view.
What do you mean? Is there another?
I'll never forgive you. I love you. Call me for anything.
The score of Ella McKay is composed by Hans Zimmer, and it has that Frank Capra feel, and I get what this movie is trying to resonate, and I miss those comedies. But this one thinks THC-infused cookies and awkward moments are supposed to be funny. This movie is like a person trying and failing to be cool at a get-together, and talks so much that it's often difficult to keep up. It's just too annoying. Our next movie is Atropia, a war docudrama that doesn't really leave up to the imagination or satire if it was trying to aim for that genre. It stars Ali Shawkat as an actress working in a role-playing simulation of Iraq where the US Army must train at before actually heading to that country. She's trying to score a major movie role and puts all her best efforts in order to impress the big names. And then she meets a real soldier played by Callum Turner as he accuses her of being a mole in this operation at first. It also becomes a romance for them as they find themselves in dangerous territory.
Do you know what I've given up to be here? My passions?
I love it.
My career? Have you heard from casting about that tape that I sent?
They are willing to die for you. Don't you think they at least deserve to know why?
Hello?
Atropia could work as a satire, and the genre has worked before in movies like Tropic Thunder, but this film doesn't know who the targets are. I wasn't even sure what it's trying to convey here, and it's often difficult to tell whatever happens is supposed to be real or acting. Shawkat does some good work here, and she has the right kind of charisma, but the screenplay doesn't provide her with fresh material. It just goes through the motions, and it feels all self-indulging and self-congratulatory. Next up, The Secret Agent, and don't let that title fool you. This isn't a spy movie, it's a Brazilian drama starring Wagner Moura as a man named Armando who is in danger and hides out in his hometown under the name Marcelo, only to find out he might not be safe there either, and it all takes place in the 1970s after Carnival and during the political turmoil of Brazil's military dictatorship.
Você acha que você devia estar aqui mesmo?
Olha, é uma sacanagem, grau.
The Secret Agent runs for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and there's a lot to unpack here, some of which I can't really comprehend, and most of which tries different ideas to express political issues at the time and a strong sense of daring. And it also works as a visual piece regarding a cat with a conjoined face and a leg pulled out of a tiger shark that seems to have a mind of its own. Underneath its bright colors is a serious, sometimes weird, mostly political, and wildly entertaining movie, and I think it's some kind of a masterpiece. Next up, La Grazia, and after penning Paulo Sorrentino's Parthenope last winter, here's a major improvement as he reunites with Tony Servillo as a former jurist who is currently the president of Italy and near the end of his term. He considers himself to be a boring person, his dead wife had an affair and he doesn't know who it was, and he must pass some bills regarding the legalization of euthanasia and some pardons for some prisoners who killed their spouses.
Tu sogni?
Mai.
Ti piacerebbe?
Molto.
Il tuo mandato sta per finire, papà.
The screenplay is a little uneven at times, but I think there are great images to gaze at, and Sorrentino continues to collaborate with Servillo with different kinds of humanity. He uses his emotions to oversee his turmoil and everything else around him, and he applies those elements in this president. Again, we started the year off poorly with Parthenope, but finished successfully with La Grazia. It deals with a character's life of loss and love, and what he has through it all. Now, this is the Sorrentino we know and love. And our last movie is Dead Man's Wire, Gus Van Sant's latest film based on the true story of how Tony Kiritsis came into the office of Richard Hall, who was the president of the Meridian Mortgage Company in Indianapolis in 1977. He places a shotgun with a wire around his neck in what he calls a dead man's wire. Bill Skarsgård plays Tony, who was cheated by the company, while Dacre Montgomery plays Dick, who is his hostage, instead of his greedy father, played by Al Pacino.
I'm a man that's fighting for everything that he owns, sir.
Tony demands an apology from him, but do you honestly think he would apologize to him?
I'm not going to admit guilt to something I didn't do.
Just apologize for what you did. Just apologize.
No, Tony, no. Stay strong, Richard.
Hello?
I wish we could have gotten more within the screenplay, but Dead Man's Wire still delivers a lot of poetic justice and tells this true story with convincing performances and an honest cinematography. Some critics would describe this film as a miniature Dog Day Afternoon, as Variety suggested, or a throwback to 70s movies, and it does make absolute sense. It's because of the tensity of a hostage situation in a time and place, and because of the humanity placed in the characters. Dead Man's Wire knows what it's capable of. It has a one-week engagement this week in select locations, and will expand in January. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs down for Ella McKay, thumbs down for Atropia, thumbs up for The Secret Agent, thumbs up for La Grazia, and thumbs up for Dead Man's Wire. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.